Okay. Now I've got some chili. Now this time we didn't have any chili beans. Good to see everyone. Now we don't have any chili beans this time. All we have is, we don't have any onions. We don't have any onions. We don't have onions. Don't have green pepper. All we have is pork and beans and the spices. I'm gonna put a little garlic and cheat and put a little garlic in it. Okay. Good to see everyone. Good to see everyone. Let me know who you are, where you're from. Looks like, so I wonder what else is going to be going on the VoIP tonight. Thinking we're going to do a video later. Hey there, Darwin. Good 69. Good to see you. Okay. Blow it off really good. It's so hot. Oh God, when it's so hot, it's hard to eat it. Okay, I got rid of some stuff today. We got this dining room set to get rid of. Okay, we got rid of this dining room suit. Here's my bike here, and there's boxes full of clothes that I can't wear and stuff like that. You know, I got to sort out these rags. These are work rags, like shop rags. And I'm going to get rid of this bike here, this exercise bike. I moved this dresser out of the way, and I need to clean it. Put this down here. And to clean things up some. Hello, Melissa. I'm going to get rid of the chair if Mom will let me get rid of it. Got some more foam maybe I can put on the seat in the camper. Get rid of this junk here and this stuff here. Just trying to clean this out. If I work on the truck and fix up the truck, if I ever paint the truck, I want to paint it in here. Okay. Tremo, good to see you. Hey, Tremo, how are you? Good to see you. Baby girl. Let's go in here. It's ready.
Can you watch TV in the bedroom?
Yeah.
Okay, go to the bedroom.
Whoa. Everybody tell me what you're doing. I'm just... Molly, get up here if you want to. Spaghetti makes good munchies. Yeah, it does. This is chili, actually. Actually put chili in my spaghetti. So, Molly, are you there? Pretty girl. Yeah. I was thinking, was she naked and afraid? Oh, awesome. I've never watched that at Home with Melissa. It sounds like a really good program. Yeah, or movie or whatever. Here, baby, you want to cover up? I gave her a bath, you know. I gave two of the dogs a bath because of fleas and stuff, so I gave them flea medicine and oh, awesome. I put...
You hit Molly?
Yeah. That one? Yeah. But,
Did you wash that crock pot yet?
I'm getting ready to. I washed out the skillet to fry the hamburger. Yeah, exactly. I have.
As long as you do it tonight, can you do that?
I will, yeah. Yeah, I have been.
You know, one reason I don't want to be around you,
Why?
you make me feel bad about myself.
I'm sorry there.
No, you don't get to do things.
I didn't mean to. Yeah, I'm here. I'm back. So I'm thinking in the future of building a truck camper. I've seen some people building overland campers and building truck campers, but and RVs and tiny homes. Something that's actually insulated better, insulated well enough to be able to handle any weather, any kind of temperature variation. You know, that's what you have to have something to stay in all the time in all different weather. Something that can handle all different temperature variation. Well, Melissa, I can travel some, but to live in an RV, you don't have to travel to live in an RV, you know. You don't have to travel to live in an RV. I mean, it can be like a tiny home, you know. I've seen these house trucks and tiny homes. People can park them in one place for a long period of time. And, you know, traveling is good some, but I may not always want to. Some people are calling it RV, RV living, stationary RV living. That's what some people are calling a stationary RV living. You can have an RV that's stationary, you know. I mean, it's really kind of about tiny living, living tiny, but something that's insulated better. Instead of thin walls and ceiling, you'll have walls that are maybe 3 or 4 inches thick and have the ceiling that's maybe 5 or 6 inches thick. Yeah. Well, also the ownership and the
Did we get
freedom.
cheese?
There's pimento cheese in there.
No, I ordered shredded cheese.
I didn't see any.
They must have left it out.
Yeah, no mortgage payments. That's true at home with Melissa. That's a good thing. Well, you know, the van life didn't work for Tasha very well. But I don't know, Gerald and Marshall, Elvis Travels, both of those guys seem to be pretty happy living in their vans, you know? And they seem to be pretty happy living in their vans. I guess it's just the person, you know, and the kind of van and the way you do it, you know. Some people do it differently, you know, with van life. But some people just don't like van life, you know. And things just don't always work out for people sometimes. Just like me, things may not always work out for me either in some ways. Yeah, tiny homes are pretty cool, Melissa. Well, you know, I've also thought about people in other countries and other parts of the world, like in, you know, Hong Kong and China. There are people that live in micro apartments in China and in Hong Kong. You know, in China and Hong Kong, they have micro apartments, and even in New York City, if you rented some apartments in New York, there's some tiny ones. You know, like a one-bedroom studio apartment. I've seen some New York studio apartments online. New York studio apartments online that are just really tiny. I mean, if you can get used to the idea of a micro studio, kind of what an RV is like a studio apartment. Okay, a studio apartment or a micro studio apartment, you know? So, yeah, yeah, so just thinking about the different ins and outs of it, you know, of RV living and micro living and all that stuff, you know. I think there are just different ins and outs of it, different ins and outs of it, of living like that. It's different ins and outs of it. But later on, I'll show you some pictures of some ideas that I've got.
Good night, I love you.
Good night.
You love me?
I love you too. I'll see you tomorrow.
Are you gonna eat some?
Maybe in a little bit.
Are you gonna feed her?
Yes, I am. Yeah, yeah, thank you. I am with Melissa. Yeah, that's the truth. But to build hey Ronnie Braun, who are you? Good to see you. If I built a different truck camper, I would make the wall thicker. The exterior will be clad with plywood, quarter-inch plywood with fiberglass. Fiberglass over plywood. That's the way some people build boats. People build boats, or building home-built boats out of plywood, and then they'll put fiberglass over top of the plywood. Use epoxy resin with cloth. It's a fiberglass cloth. It's a cloth like a netting cloth. You use fiberglass cloth and epoxy resin with fiberglass cloth to make fiberglass. You can put maybe two layers of it on there over top of the plywood. Even people are doing is taking rigid foam board, building stuff out of foam board, and it would be nice to have a pontoon boat, wouldn't it? I'd always like to have a traditional sailing boat. That's what I'd like to have. Traditional sailboat. Something I could go in the ocean with. But you take the plywood and you cover it with fiberglass. And I would like for my walls to be 3 inches thick. At least 3 inches thick, or even 4 inches thick. It's well insulated as a house, and the ceiling maybe would be 6 inches thick. The ceiling would be 6 inches thick. A rigid foam board, block foam. Yeah, exactly. You could, Melissa. But you would have 6-inch thick ceiling and 4-inch thick walls, and you would have minimal windows too. You would have enough window to bring about ventilation and breeze, to bring breeze through your RV, but it's hard to insulate with a whole lot of windows, Some people build tiny houses and RVs with huge windows all the way around, and it lets the heat out in the wintertime. You can have an exhaust fan. You can have an exhaust fan to let your air out. But what you need to do is you need your I would build another camper based on the camper I have now. My new camper would be based on the one I have right now. Yeah, it would be based upon the Coachman. It would be based on the Coachman. Unless I just took mine and just rebuilt it, That's what it's about, is making things. I don't know what's focusing in and out and zooming in and out like it's doing. It's just, always messing up. Things are always screwing up. I'm getting ready. Tammy Kinsey, hey. Oh, that sounds nice, Tammy. That sounds really nice. That sounds nice traveling. Traveling in your boat. I like to have a sailboat. If I had a sailboat, old-fashioned sailboat, there's a boat called a Flicka 20, like an ocean sailing sailboat. Sailboats, ocean-going sailboats. There's something called an English folk boat. Hey, good to see you, Tammy Kinsey. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad everybody's here. Yes. Yeah, sounds nice. So, what are you girls eating for supper? What are you all gonna have? Oh, Subway. That sounds really nice. Well, I was asking about that Russell Klein. Yeah, it's online mail order denture making. Get baby girl. Online mail order denture making. Russell Klein makes his dentures. He makes dentures, and so darn. Where the heck did it go? I'm gonna make myself a little chili. Oh, pork and beans sounds nice, Ronnie Brown. That sounds really good. The only thing about my camper that's not good is the walls are just not very thick. You know, the walls are thin. Learning about this one, it was a couple and they had a trailer, a travel trailer. I've kind of gotten used to this camper, but if I was to build another truck camper that's insulated better, or I could just add circulation into the camper. So I already got my heated basement. I mean, I've done a lot of work to this one for sure. I've done a whole lot of work to this. A lot of work to it. Yeah. Let me get in here to the bedroom, okay? And I got some songs I've been working on this guitar. Oh, darn. I'll be right back. Oh, yay. We'll have a good evening. Good to see you, Tammy, Kinsey. Good to see you, everyone. Hold on.
Yeah.